What's up, guys? So my recording device keeps messing up somehow. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, a majority of this video is going to be just audio. I think video kicks in around like the 25-minute mark or so. So you can skip to that if you want to see the video content. But yeah, I don't know. My recording device keeps messing up. I'm going to change something. I'm going to do something different next time so we don't have those issues. So yeah, I'm sorry that this episode is going to be mostly audio. But yeah, everything after this will be fixed. That's enough of that.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, yep. Oh, here we go.
And the pod.
And intro. All right. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the final episode of the Bad Questions, Worst Answers podcast. Each week, I, Connor, along with my friend Charlie,
Hello. Great to be back.
present a bad question to the others. Then we attempt to explore these bad questions with the worst answers.
Connor, I think we should just right off the bat address some of the controversy around last week's episode.
It was
I think
awful.
you should
Yeah.
let some steam off to me. I think you rightly probably have some pent up anger about it. I think we should just let it all out here.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So I think I explained it on the previous pod, but last week Charlie went on this impromptu camping trip, which, I mean, we could have recorded before. Like, we could have just. We really should set like a set time we record these things, but I'm too lazy personally to set up a set time. I like the spontaneity of how the pod goes.
Me too.
And yeah, that kind of fucked me over. So I was, well, not really. I
think I'll take some blame here. I sort of led you on throughout my camping trip that I might be able to get back in time to record one Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was waiting. I was like, okay, we're gonna do it Saturday night.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fine. And then we're gonna do it Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
None of it turned out the way it was, but
I should have just said I got this camping trip and left you some time to work it out, but instead I pushed you up to the deadline.
Yeah.
Really ruined it for the whole team. And we immediately burnt through our backlog of episodes that we had earlier this year. So we had other episodes to turn to.
That would have been a good moment to do a bank episode, but anyway. Yeah, we brought on Chris and Colin, but previously we had Chris, Colin, and Evan, and the recording went bad, so we had to do it again, but with just Chris and Colin wasn't having any of it. We were all
I've got
tired.
some notes for Colin. I've got some Colin notes. I watched the episode and I thought I should be, looking at my competition, right? If these are people that could potentially jump in as future hosts, I got to be on my toes here.
Yeah.
I have to earn my spot on this pod. So I just have some quick notes for Colin. I thought that Chris, I guess quickly to start with some positivity for Chris, brought a lot of good to the pod. I think he was energetic. I think he was into it. He had some funny lines. I don't think either of them really brought it with the same maybe energy and question answering ability.
Yeah.
The chemistry that we have to answer questions,
They're
Connor.
rusty.
I don't think
they don't know how to be on a pod. Yeah.
Yeah. But Colin just made me not want to watch it. The way he was framed for the first half of the episode, where he was like, "This is just Colin. This is his ad." He wasn't even willing to sit up straight in the chair. What the hell is that?
Yeah, it was pretty obnoxious.
Just it was the lowest effort. It was so low effort that it just pissed me off. Also, he looked white as shit. I mean, that boy needs to get outside. I understand it's very cold back where you guys are right now. And my heart goes out. I feel sort of like I'm cheating to not be a part of that right now, but that boy needs some vitamin D. I just think I should offer that to him.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, not Colin. Colin likes to consider himself this chaotic figure in the CCU, the Connor Cinematic Universe, and he really does it in a poor way when he's met up to the challenge. You know, he's sitting like this. His face is his face is taking up half the screen like this, and he's like, yeah, QAnon. Blah.
I think if that were an audition, he really failed it. I think Connor had a chance to earn his place as kind of
Colin?
a major part. Sorry, yeah, I think Colin had a real chance to earn his place as a major part of the CCU. You know, I think there was a chance, maybe an opening for a third host that he could have jumped in on with a solid performance in that episode, and it just wasn't there. For me, I thought the real low point of the pod was when the question "Have you eaten lunch yet?" was proposed. I thought that represented a major draw.
I was running out. We burned through like 3 or 4 questions and nothing came out of anything. And yeah, I had to talk about that.
Yeah, you were pulling a lot of weight, and I thought Chris was doing his part. Colin is the major problem that I had with the episode, and I hate to say it. We all know I love Colin.
And honestly, I was looking forward to Colin being on the pod, and granted, we were a little bit tired for talking for like 40 minutes, but I mean, still, we could have put little pizzazz in there, and I mean, Chris
sitting up straight from the start.
Yeah, not doing this. Taking up,
not just like mumbling and like, you know, he said 2 or 3 times like, I'm out of funny things to say.
Yeah, it's bad. It's awful.
Anyway,
Man.
I just wanted to get that out of the way. I wanted to sort of mount my defense against any possible intruders on my esteemed position here.
Yeah, you know, right now, if we were on IMDb page and, you know, 30 episodes down the line, you know, you see like, oh, Connor's 60 for 60, Charlie's like 59 for 60. Yeah, 59 for 60, and, you know, Brett's like, I don't know, 30 for
15.
60. Yeah, 15 maybe, I don't know. And and everyone's like, oh, I wonder what happened. How did Charlie miss an episode? Well, now you know why.
You know, one thing I do think it proved, and it was a nice, not like personal boost, but I think like a boost to us, just showing that like I can listen to the pods you and I do and not feel that they're that bad. And so it was cool to think that, you know, we produce a decent little episode here every week.
Yeah, I agree.
Doing our thing.
Yeah.
So maybe on that we can jump into the cues. You want to hit it, or you want me to?
I'll hit it. I've been real tired, like the past couple days, and I like, my question is, how many hours of sleep can you run on? And I feel like we've talked about this maybe before in at least somewhat of a related question, but my, like, when I get a solid 10 hours of sleep, I am like, that's like my minimum of like, I can feel good throughout the whole entire day. Right now I'm rocking at like 8, and I feel like shit. I just feel awful. And and I'm not going to be one of those people where I like, oh, I just love sleep. I love, you know, taking naps, and like, it's like proclaiming yourself as a foodie. You know, I love tacos. Does that make me a foodie? No, it doesn't make me a foodie. I just like tacos. Yeah, but I don't know. Sleep is, I have a very complicated relationship with sleep. Like, it takes me a long time to go to sleep, and very rarely my body or my brain won't let me get the amount of sleep I want, and then I just feel tired throughout the whole day, like right now.
I feel so. I have hate talking about it because I'm always worried I'm going to jinx it. But I've never had a problem getting to sleep. I mean, there's maybe like a handful of nights a year where I'm not able to just like knock out whenever I want. And I feel, you know, bless up. I feel super blessed to to have that. As a very religious man, I feel super blessed. And I have a couple of friends. I didn't know that you were affected in the same way, but I've got a friend who's got serious problems with it. Like, will lay in bed for 2 or 3 hours and just can't fall asleep.
Yeah, that's my
and that
thing.
has to be horrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
And it's like you can be up for like 14, 16 hours and still lay in bed for however long and just not get the sleep that you want. And I like tried melatonin for about like half a year, and then I like read that it's not really the greatest if you take it in like such long periods of time. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut this off. And I didn't really have a problem with it for like a month and a half of not using it. I sound like a drug addict, like post rehab. But yeah, and now I'm starting to get to the realm where it takes me 2 to 3 hours to like try and fall asleep, and it sucks because like then you reach a point where you just get uncomfortable when you're trying to fall asleep, and you know your pillow gets warm or hot or whatever the fuck, and,
yeah,
and you're tossing and turning so many times. And I know you're not supposed to toss and turn when you sleep, but like, what else am I supposed to do? Like, just sit there with the pain of like trying to sleep in the same position for half an hour? No, I'm not gonna do it.
Have you ever? I don't. This is like I'm just totally bullshitting at this point. But do you think it could be your mattress? Like, do you think a different mattress might help?
Yeah, maybe.
Because I know I like, as I said, I've never had like a huge any problem falling asleep. But I know that I love the mattress I have out here at school way more than the one I have back home.
Really?
It's a Purple. We should probably get them on as a sponsor since they're all over the internet.
Purple mattress?
I love it. It's so good.
Yeah, we got to get them as a sponsor on the pod.
Fuck Casper, but Purple all the way.
There's so many mattress companies that, like, Tim Dillon has a mattress company that sponsors him.
Really? Oh, just sponsored.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the Tim Dillon mattress company.
That would be insane. But yeah, so many. It's like mattress companies, like grooming for men, and like food delivery services are the big advertising.
And websites like Wix and
true.
Squarespace.
Yeah,
I don't get the mattress ones, and I get tons of their ads. I think because that, like, when I was looking for a mattress, I looked at a lot of different mattresses, mostly just to find the cheapest one, or like the cheapest one that came anyway. Like, and so I get tons of their ads now, and they're always like really well produced ads and pushing like how techie their mattresses are, like over engineering it, and I'm just like, it's kind of a mattress at some point, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess I'm enjoying the fruits of their labor, but I also feel like it can't be that cool.
Yeah. I mean,
but either way,
yeah, my mattress is like 25 years old, maybe. I don't know. Which, I mean, that very well could be a problem.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I have no idea either. I just get really. It's not that I get frustrated. I just like hate my life when I like feel this way. And maybe like I need to get out of bed quicker, because lately I've been having a tendency, and I hate it. I hate myself for it. Where I'll lay in bed for like maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2, where I'll either just like lay there and just like do nothing and think, or I'll be on TikTok. And TikTok really is an addictive app. Like, it's I'll be on there for hours, and it's like girls with big boobs and like comedy sketches on my For You page, and people eating, that's my TikTok feed. That's my TikTok For You page. And it gets me every time, all three of them. They are all
It sounds like a great combo. It sounds like a really solid trifecta.
Yeah, boobs and comedy sketches. It's just,
they balance each other well. They apply to sort of like the two sides of the brain, like an id-ego kind of a thing, although not that. So I'm an architecture major, and architecture majors at any school love to talk about how little sleep they're getting. And I think it's true. Compared to a lot of other majors, I do think we get less sleep. I can't stand the people that like to talk about that, but I have gotten really good in past years. It hasn't really been as much of an issue this year, but in past years I've gotten really good at functioning on maybe 4 to 6 hours of sleep a night. And I can do that pretty consistently as long as I can like catch up on the weekends or something like that. But this year, especially this calendar year, this new term, I've really been like getting great sleep because, just like the way the world is right now, I can do everything in my apartment. I don't have to go anywhere. So I get way more time back in my day. And I've been sleeping a ton. And I just had, I guess, like maybe a quick like explainer is like the way an architecture major works. I think at most schools is you every term get like one big project you work on, and over the course of that term you do that project, and somewhere in the middle you have like a formal review where you like present your project to professors and they give you feedback, and then you work the second half of the quarter to get ready for another final review at the end where you present your work and they give you feedback, and those are meant to be like like harsh learning experiences and that kind of thing. And so the build up, like the week before or even 2 weeks before, sometimes those reviews can be super sleepless. Like I'll sleep like 2 or 3 hours a night the week before those reviews to get my work ready, get everything ready to present and show. And then the week after is normally kind of a week off. Like the professors kind of give you some time because they know what the deal is. And so I just had one of those reviews last week, and I've been a total slob since. I watched all of season 5 of Better Call Saul in one day.
Great show.
Fantastic show. I started The Mandalorian yesterday, and I'm almost done with it. I'll probably finish it tonight. I don't think it's that good. Also, hot take. I know it's like a new show. Like it's just coming out, and everybody's like, hopping on the train. But
dude, you gotta check out WandaVision too. Everyone is going bananas for WandaVision.
I gotta wait until my friend finishes that because he's like, I'm sharing his account and I don't want to get his episode tracking off and screw that up. But anyway, I think The Mandalorian is like okay, but I don't think it's like great.
Yeah, I think why people love it, it's because it's just like different Star Wars fanfare, and like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's like the greatest thing. I think it's good. I think it can be like a little bit campy, but I mean that's kind of Star Wars. But there's like a good campy and bad, and
yeah, I think it gets a little too campy sometimes. And I don't know whether it's like bad direction, bad acting, or bad writing, but like a lot of the dialogue is just kind of shitty, I feel like.
I think it has to do a lot with the writing and the general like atmosphere of the show. Like I feel like a lot of the atmosphere feels very like soapy, and I mean it's like a Disney show, so it's gonna try to appeal to everyone. It doesn't really have a target audience. It's just kind of like everyone and their mom.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where like me as someone that's like me with my tastes can watch it and be okay with it. But yeah, I could totally like it. It's obviously like a broader production thing. Anyway,
yeah,
I think it's
I don't know. I kind of get sick of that shit because I wish there was more stuff, for a specific audience, and whether I may be that audience or not, I can go in. It has it has a certain style to it. You know, it's got like a sense of personality, and I think like that's what I don't really get, because I kind of like I watched when every episode of The Mandalorian came out for the first season. I was very quick to watch it, and I thought it was super cool. And coming back to like the second season, I didn't really watch it, and then eventually I just had to binge it for a night or two, just to make myself watch it because everyone, you know, loves it. And
I think the second season is better than the first. I feel like it feels almost a little bit like sitcom-y to me, where every episode ends in the same place it started.
Yeah, there's always like a problem of the week. They don't really compound on each other.
Yeah, and I just don't get why they had to go that way. Like, I feel like it could have been more of a Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul thing, where it's like a really epic story from multiple different characters and perspectives and stuff. And it just seems...
There's nothing daring or risks being taken other than them... Sorry, spoiler. Them taking... Or, actually, you haven't seen it, so I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's nothing daring with The Mandalorian. I don't know.
Yeah, it just bugs me because it could be really good. And it's fun in the same way that all of the, like, a Star Wars movie, what is it, like a Star Wars story movies have been, where it's, like, cool to see a different angle on it. Like, I thought Solo was neat because it was neat to see, like, a different side of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
And that is cool here, but it's just not that good. And the world feels so small. Like, they're spending half the show on Tatooine. I get that maybe that's part of it. Like, oh, look, we're on Tatooine now. But, I don't know, take me some other places. That's what I'm here for. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know.
Anyway, all that to say, I'm in the same place as you, where getting out of bed in the morning has been a real trying time, especially the last like week or two, and I got to get my shit together on that.
Yeah, me too. I was scrolling through TikTok, and there was this ad where it said, "Take a break. You've been on this app for too long." And I was like, okay, you're right.
And that did it?
Yeah, that did it.
Nice. Do you read before you go to bed? That helps me.
I used to, and I think it does help me to some degree, but since I got my Switch, I kind of replaced that with reading, even though I should read more because I like reading.
That shit'll fuck up your eyes. There you go. A little health tip from Charlie.
Yeah.
All that blue light.
Yeah. All right.
I've made an effort. I'm gonna do one more health tip.
All right.
I've made an effort in my apartment to like block off as many light sources as I can, and I do think that's helped me like sleep longer and better. I couldn't offer like great empirical data on it, but I know like my printer's power light is like literally a small fusion reactor right next to my bedside, and I put a big piece of black tape over it, and there's like just a bunch of little like my router and modem and all that stuff all have little lights on them, and I taped over a bunch of them, and that's definitely improved my life a little bit.
Well, that's good.
If only a placebo. So anyway, I'd recommend that. So we talked about sleep. That was good. We got some Mandalorian talk in, a lot of good quality stuff. I've got no transition to mine other than on the drive back from Joshua Tree, which is about a 5-hour drive, so plenty of time to contemplate, and through LA, which is the worst place in the world to drive. It's just soul-killing to drive through LA because you go so slow. Like, there's just so much traffic, and as soon as it opens up a little bit, there's just another accident and it all slows down again. Horrible. Anyway, on that trip, I saw a fuck ton of bumper stickers, and I sort of came to the thesis that I don't think there's a single good bumper sticker. I just don't. Like, I don't think there are any that are important.
With all bumper stickers, I feel like it's someone that's trying to exclaim some sort of point about their personality, whether it be their political views. Most of the time, it's political views they want to say something
or
about.
something that's not funny, like just a not funny joke. And I think my problem with it is similar to the problem I have with a lot of social media stuff and why I don't partake, is it's like, by putting a bumper sticker on your car, you're saying, I want you to know this about me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I want you to know that I ran a 5K. Like, I can't do it. I really hate it.
And like the stickers with like the family members on them, where they got like the dad and the mom and the kids.
Yeah, and then it's like, not only do I want you to know that I have 4 kids and a dog, I want you to know that I'm a Star Wars fan because the kids are all droids and I'm C-3PO. Like, I want to shoot those people. I don't say it lightly, and I don't mean it. But it pisses me off so much. Why do you want to share that with me? Why do you think I want to know that? I cannot connect with that.
Yeah, and it almost depreciates the car. Like, your car isn't going to look any cooler with, you know, like a Bernie or a, like, don't tread on my flag bumper sticker. Like, nothing...
Yeah, literally no car looks better with that stuff.
Yeah, you're not going to look any cooler with that. Actually, my girlfriend, Sarah, ex-friend of the show, had a real bad history with how that episode ended. She has a bumper sticker on her car, and it's a picture of, do you know like the purple dog that waves by?
No.
Okay, here, I'll look it up real quick. Some real quality content. Okay, yeah, this is what that is. Here, I'll send it to the chat, and here we're at like 27. I'll put a screen cap over it so you guys know what we're talking about. This is really good. I know. What the fuck? For some reason, Chrome won't let me download.
Okay, how about I just look it up on my own? Purple dog waving. Is that going to do it?
I just uploaded it to.
Oh God.
To the thing.
What does that mean?
To the chat in the Discord.
Okay. Like our Discord, we gotta cut this.
Yes. No. Yeah. I'll cut it. I'll cut it back. Okay. But yeah, this.
I don't even know how to find that.
It's in the general chat.
Oh, in the. Okay. Oh, she has that?
Yeah.
Okay, and cut back in. She has that?
Yeah, she has that. She has that on the back.
I think I really got the reaction on take 2 there. I think I really killed that.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, I don't. Why? Why does she have that?
I don't know. I feel like she explained it to me, but I don't remember.
Can you call her?
Yeah, I can call her.
And cut again.
Man, you're making me do a lot of work.
We can keep this in. Why does she want to share that? I don't understand the desire to share that with the world. Or like the people that put like the, what is it, like 26.2, like what is the, you know what I'm talking about? The little like white oval sticker that has a number in it, and that's like how far you ran. I don't remember what it connects to.
Oh, I
know what I'm talking about?
Remember that. She's not picking up.
Okay. Anyway, and then
I don't know why she has that. I mean, I think it's better than most things, just because I'm associated with it, so I'm not gonna make too big of a fuss about it.
It's innocent, like it's fine, but like that's it. Like, why is fine what we're aiming for? Why is fine the best I'm willing to give a bumper sticker?
Well, what would be like the best version of a bumper sticker? Like one? Oh, another thing a lot of people use bumper stickers for is to show like how sassy and, you know, coarse their personality is, you know.
Yeah.
People tend to think that because they say fuck, or they will say like I'm unapologetic about my shit jokes, that we're gonna put it on a bumper sticker and exclaim it to the world.
I don't care about that. As a driver, I just want you to like use your turn signal, like don't like I don't know, merge into me like that. I don't care about your sense of humor. I don't. And I don't think anyone should. I don't even think that's like a problem with my personality. I just think as a driver, those things are irrelevant, and you're just defacing your car, which someone took time to design and make look the way they did, even if it's bad. And who cares? Why do you want to share that with me? You're not gonna like. This isn't a good argument because I'm not gonna change my mind on it at all, you know. But I have to get this out. The ones, okay. Baby on board and student driver, those kind of things. Maybe like I don't know, like a paper's width above the rest.
I get annoyed by baby on board because, you know, like the mom is like super high strung and like will yell at you if you do something. Like it's like these Facebook moms that will post in their neighborhood Facebook group where they'll be like, make sure there's kids walking around, like, so like make sure you aren't going 35 into 25, so make sure to not do that. And you know, you drive and you see like they haven't taught their kids how to look both ways to cross the street. Like they don't know. It's like it's their fault.
And I think I completely agree. I'm not in favor of that bumper sticker, but at least that's like informative. I'm not going to drive any safer because it's not like I'm driving super dangerously around everyone else. Like, oh, whoa, baby on board there.
Yeah.
Let's back off. Like, you know, keep that following distance a little more cautious. Like, no one's doing that, but at least it's informative and not just like unrelated to the task at hand. You know, at least it pertains to the ethos of driving.
Yeah.
And then student driver, I think, is fine. Although I feel like it leads to them getting bullied more than they would if they were just in a car that wasn't marked up everywhere.
I was driving behind a student driver the other day, and I was just getting real annoyed. I was like, "What? Like, can we go like a little bit faster? Like, do we really have to make a full stop at this? Like, you know, I don't know."
Well, and I've seen back home where we're from, like student driver cars just get like accosted by other drivers, you know, like just dudes like intentionally being dicks to them, like sooting them up or trying to like box them in really tight,
riding their ass super hard, and I think that stuff is hilarious, but I think it sort of defeats the purpose. One thing, okay, I think this is hysterical. I was at a college parking garage once, walking through, like I'd park my, why do I tell stories like this? I was in a parking garage once and I saw a car that was just decked out in student driver gear. Like it was clearly not a student driver car because there was too much student driver paraphernalia on it. Yeah.
And I think it is probably one of the greatest pranks you could pull on someone to just hover their car in like all the stripes and student driver labeling and
I
stuff.
feel like it would be fun just to do it ironically and see how people treat you on the road, and you just drive like super recklessly.
That's put it on like a Camaro or something like that, and then just be a complete ass.
Student driver, and you're like you're in a Tesla.
Yeah.
Or something.
Anyway, there's my manifesto on bumper stickers. I don't think they're worth it. I don't think you should have them. They're not funny, and they're not clever. And yeah, like the political ones are just immediately outdated. You know, like you see somebody driving around with a Trump 2020 right now, or like a Hillary 2016. Like it's just like embarrassing. It just looks sad.
Yeah. Or not that I'm opposed to this, but like there's a lot of religious bumper stickers too, where they'll either like try to tell you to come to God, or you know, like those things, and I don't know.
It's not that I think it's like bad, but it's in a similar vein, but less inoffensive. But
I am
less
not
offensive.
looking at a 93 Honda Civic for my direction in life. Like, those are not the places that I'm going to find my new spiritual direction or political direction or comedic direction.
Yeah.
That I do not see that as like a wisdom, a place of wisdom. Like, your rear fender is where you're gonna. No, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm done. Clap it out. Here we go. Are we
We're
ending
done
it?
already.
Oh, are we? Do we have
We've
more
got,
time
like,
to fill?
We've got like 5 minutes left. 5-10.
Okay, then I can keep going. Another thing, like I don't know what you call them, but like custom license plates, also bad.
Yeah.
Unless
Really?
I think if you've got a nice car and you're gonna put, I think there's a little more leeway here. Like, if you've got a really sweet car and you're gonna put like 911 on your Porsche 911 or something like that,
Yeah.
like that's a little more okay. Or something like Zoom or Speed, whatever. But if
Max, friend of the show, Max has RAR XD as his.
No. I mean, maybe it pulls it off a little bit ironically, but no. No. Why?
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I get, like, again, like, I guess since I'm associated with it, I think it's like I think it's a little funny, but also like when you like you have like your name as your license plate, like there's someone specifically that I'm thinking of that you may not know, but they have their name on as their license plate, and they like replace one of the syllables or like one of the vowels as a number.
Yeah.
And you just look douchey for it.
Yeah, that kind of thing is bad. The RAR XD, I agree that that's funny. I think we have to talk about at what cost is it funny? Like, is it worth it to have that one kind of ironic, funny license plate for all of the ones that are attempting to be funny and ironic and are not?
Yeah,
is that a fair
true.
point?
Yeah, I agree. That is a fair point.
It's like there are some meme formats that are like almost universally unfunny, and I find one that's good, but I'm like, I still can't support the meme because one person pulled it off and made it funny. You know, like it's still bad everywhere else.
Yeah, and yeah, I think the big thing with like all the driving, with like the license plates and bumper stickers, people have some sort of pride that they want to express in something, and I mean, that's cool, but, you know, keep it to, like, your 10 friends that don't really want to hear about it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird, because I feel I can't honestly say, like, don't express things you believe in. Like, that's wrong. That's not the right take.
But, you know, there are some people that, you know, just shouldn't talk.
That's true. And I guess maybe what I would say is because I do think people should, you know, stand for what they believe in and all that and share their beliefs. I think it's important to have like a really diverse set of beliefs in the world. I think that's like one of the biggest problems we have right now is that that's not encouraged. But I don't think a bumper sticker is the place to do it.
Yeah.
Like if it's like, I don't know, like politicians don't give stump speeches in the middle of a Mets game. Because, like, we're not there for that. We're there for baseball. We're there to watch some baseball. When we're on the road, I'm not there for, your quick five, your tight five comedy session, you know? That's not what I'm there for. If I want to do that, I'll go to an open mic night, and I'll enjoy it. Yeah. Another bumper sticker format. This is a problem with bumper stickers as like, big bumper sticker as an industry, not the people themselves. Some of them are, like, index card sized and have a small novel written on them, and so I'm pulling up as close as I can to try and make that thing out, and I still can't. That's a bad bumper sticker. That's just a shitty bumper sticker.
Yeah, if you have some memoir on there, and someone can like kind of like half read it, it's not a good look.
Yeah, those are bad. And the ones that are just like places like national parks or whatever, those are again like maybe a little more okay somehow, because it's like, I don't know, to me that's more like putting something on your water bottle. Like, I've been to this
Yeah.
place. But still, like, I don't care what, national parks you've been to, or out here there's tons. It's called like, I don't know, like Hidden Spot or something dumb like that. It's like a place in Santa Monica or some like tourist beach town. And it's like everybody's got these like hidden spot. That's not it. I'm going to sound like a douche, but
Yeah.
they all piss me off. They all make me angry, and I think that everyone should not have them so that I can be less angry.
I think that's fair. Before we clap it out, I just want to say, if you didn't catch it in the yesterday's video, also yesterday's video, right? Pretty fucking awesome. Anyway, yeah, if you want to join the piss war, well, yeah, right now you haven't because it's not edited yet.
Oh yes. Oh boy, oh man,
if you missed it.
I'm just gonna. You can take it from here, Connor. Follow me on Letterboxd and Spotify.
Follow Charlie on Letterboxd and Spotify. I assume it's just his name.
I don't know. I don't really want the followers. I just want the clout.
All right. But yeah, if you want to join the piss world, yeah, if you want to join the piss world, guys, and be a fatster, yeah, join the Discord server. It'll be the link in the description below. Yeah, goodbye. Yeah, I don't know if he's coming back.